Yeah. I met this woman dead cold, middle of winter. Said she was 20-something and steady watching her figure. But I should've figured that she ate the hearts of these niggas whose game she's so
what's up, y'all? It's Open Exchange, where we talk about the next change of events. You already know what's going on. I'm Nate.
Leon.
Boobie.
Dom.
And you already know what's about to happen, so let's get into it.
How was y'all week though? How's everybody?
My nigga, I'm having a hard ass week right now.
Word?
Bro, just I don't wish this. Nah, I do. I would wish this upon my worst enemy though.
Why?
But because it's hard.
I know he was that's why.
Go ahead.
I am addicted, but nah. You just I don't want to go into detail. It's just been hard. It's just been hard. And honestly, I just want to apologize. That's it.
You don't know apologize.
Apologize for what? You don't know what's going on.
You know what's crazy? I don't know what I'm apologizing for.
That's the half.
It's not the half-ass shit.
If you can't tell me what you're apologizing for, you're not
Whoever watches gonna know.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
To them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
That nigga's ashamed.
I know what he's talking about.
Thank
Whoever
you.
watching knows what he's talking about.
But how's that week going?
It's alright. Cool.
I'm sorry.
Nobody said that, so I was like, let me just speak.
What
Uh,
y'all? Yeah, go ahead.
Shit, it was just a week, man. You know the job. You know how it go. Some
People
days
get
it-
their fucking cars towed.
So we're not gonna discuss that shit. Listen, just pro service announcement. If your car gets towed because it's in somebody's driveway, just shut the fuck up. Don't call the nigga racist. Don't like insult his
And the
crib.
nigga paid for her car to get up. That's
Listen,
funny.
just don't. Just leave them alone. Be nice. Don't yell at niggas.
Oh, my week was cool, bro. It was good.
I see you got new hair, bro.
Yeah, you know.
Everybody but you.
Everybody but
New
you.
personality.
No, talking
New
about
personality.
I say everybody but you got a new hairstyle. I got my shit twisted.
I got a new hairstyle. It's a different do-rag this episode. I'm confused.
You had white last one, right?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Now I got velvet brown. What you talking about?
What?
But
Go on.
speaking of which, bro, you got any new shit coming up? Like music, you know? Shit?
Yeah, actually I do. I forgot.
I remember you was telling me about the
Yeah.
2 tracks.
Yeah, I got send those to all you. I got new 2 tracks coming, all originals, no like remixes. So I hope y'all like y'all gonna fuck with it.
Well, you like you made the beat.
Yeah. No, I ain't make months made the beat.
Who?
Nigga that from college, bro.
Oh.
Should go hard though, right?
Yeah, remember the beats?
Oh, I remember.
Oh, yeah, those were, yeah.
And your SoundCloud is.
My SoundCloud is Eden, spelled E-T-A-N, but pronounced Eden. Or you can just, it's gonna be on the episode thing, man. I don't know.
Link in the description.
Yeah, backspace.
Alright, so boom. I'm ready to get to this topic. Yeah, so
What we talking about all day?
We had a
Topics of the day.
I mean, we gonna get into a lot of shit. You got cancel culture, sex. Listen, just look in the description.
Sex.
It'll be on it. So we was talking. Remember we was talking about talking to OG on the P4 about this
Yeah.
topic, and then y'all was talking yesterday. So I'll wait. Hey, y'all answers to this. Can you be pro-black and date outside your race?
No.
Explain.
Oh, for real?
Explain. I'm dead ass, bro. Go ahead, explain.
I don't think so because it's short and in the simple fact that you would want a partner that understands your struggle. You know what I'm saying? And who also wants to be with you in your struggle. You can't be, I don't believe you can't be pro-black because then, in a sense, you put yourself, when you put yourself on the front lines of activism, right?
Okay.
And you have your partner who more than likely should be, and she's not of your race, you know, she's not black. She won't be able to handle the things you can handle, you know what I'm saying? And more than likely, they're gonna come at her and come at you, but come at her first. On a male perspective, anyway. You know what I mean? On the male perspective, like, that's all.
And that's gonna be the first shit they attack. And say, you here for the people, you doing all this. This is behind closed doors, you're laying with a white woman.
Yeah.
Or you're laying with whatever other race.
With the oppressor, there was that in that situation. Personally, I kind of feel like, I don't know, I kind of have mixed feelings about it. I'll say, I don't know, this is, because it's like, I get both sides of it. Like, in a way, it's like, it's kind of tricky though, because you can have someone that is outside of your race, but would understand because of a different circumstance that they're in. You know, like for example, like let's say if they're Spanish or whatever it is, like there is racism in terms of that, like with what due from white people or different races. You know, like they can understand, but it won't be the same magnitude being that we're black. So I don't know. I mean, I have mixed feelings about it. Yeah.
So me personally, I feel like it's possible, but I feel like society will be the one to tell you not. That's the whole thing. So that's why I asked, can you like fuck what society think about you?
Oh,
See how I did that?
my bad.
Because like, all right.
You cannot be for real. Oh my God, you for real? No, you for fake. No, you for real.
It's like, it's one thing if your preference, like you choose a white woman because you like, oh, she look better, she cute, or you know what I mean, whatever the case may be, if that's your reason. But if it was just like out of all the women that you dated, she just was like the one that just made you happiest, and that's why you was with her. That's what?
Boy, if you don't.
I'm not saying I personally would do it. I'm just saying that. Like, this is, like, you know what I mean? Like, so that's why, because remember OG was telling us, he was like, he's dated every type of like race. He didn't end up with a white woman, he's dating a black woman right now. But he's not like, if it was so happened that he ended up being with a white woman, he's not opposed to it either, because he doesn't really have a preference. It's just like, whatever makes me happy. It's like love don't really come in any type. Love just is just, it's no race bias. It's just whoever. Now if you make it that like, okay, I'll never love a white woman, then it's like okay, or I never love a black woman, or a black woman's aesthetics, then I think that's where the problem comes from. But
I was like trying to tear it down. That's the real problem.
yeah, like how people are, oh yeah, I think black women is like they argue too much or they're too aggressive type shit. Then it's like, okay, you clearly got enough motive.
You ever seen those posts where dudes be like, white girls are evolving, black girls are in trouble?
Yeah,
like that's the shit.
That's
Like you can't just give them their credit without shitting on the
bro.
black.
Yo,
It's crazy, like,
Wow.
but it only be physical though. It really only be physical. Like
Yeah.
say they see a white girl with a fat ass, like no lie, and that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? And like I don't know what they call it. I think the word is like I forgot what it's called, but like you can't possibly off that you can just tell what the man's mindset is though. You can tell what the man's mindset is. Like off the physical look of attraction, like physical attraction. That's it. That's all you here for. You know what I'm saying? So I invalidate that completely. Like any man who actively chooses with, like how you said, to date outside his race because black women are too violent, too aggressive. Like, what are you talking about, bro?
Yeah, they got attitude.
You saying that?
Yeah,
That means
bullshit.
one, you only looked at the stereotype that you've watched or what you wanted to perceive, and also two, it's like, damn, bro, your mom black.
Word, that's self-hate right
Your
there.
mom black.
That's
bro.
self-hate. You're not pro-black, you know?
But I stay telling Floyd, you don't like your mom. You don't like your mom, right?
That's a fact. But then also to get into the shit you said as far as to understand it, isn't it also your job to teach them like your past stuff?
Ignorance is bliss, my brother. You can tell somebody that and they be still.
No, okay, but what if it's like somebody outside your race that actually is trying to understand your plight? Like she's trying to really understand like where you came from, and like she's actually for helping you better your cause.
Well,
Like she may not have walked in your skin at any point in life, but she's physically trying.
Remember, we had that conversation last year though with my ex. Remember, like, cause she grew up in a whole different environment.
Okay, yes.
So like, it's all on camera. Like, come on, brother, make the clues. Nah, and like she grew up in a whole different environment than all of us. You know what I'm saying? And for in that sense, we had that conversation in my room, and I was like, oh, like, I never expected I would be here. You know, I didn't expect that. And like you said, love is love. It's general. You know what I'm saying? You don't actively choose who you love. You just gravitate. So in that sense, I was like, and remember we had that conversation about like violence, crime, and like how we grew up. And she was like, I never experienced anything. And the only thing she could say is that if at the time, if I'm with Nate and he experiences such a like a conflict, I have no choice but to stand there, but I also have to choose which direction of reaction I'm gonna take. Because initially for us, it's like either, depending on the situation, either fight or like flight in a sense. You know what I mean? hers like taking. Remember, she said legal action, so that threw me off balance. I was like, no, either you gonna hit somebody, or you just gonna watch and hope one of my homeboys see me in trouble.
I think you gotta define what pro-black is to you. I remember when we was having a conversation initially, there's like pro-black, then there's extremist pro-black, there's like the political pro-black where, you know, you outside protesting, you really out there physically like against the oppressors and whatnot. I think if you want a level where I feel like I'm at, I'm not actively out here like fighting the man and shit like that. You know, I support black businesses, stuff like that. But I feel there's always gonna be a disconnect between you and your partner on some level if they're not black. Cause as much as you can be from a similar background, you know, just cause they ain't have a silver spoon in their mouth, it doesn't necessarily mean they understand what it's like to be you. You know, they could be from the trenches, like, you know, me and OG was having a conversation last night. They can be from a similar upbringing, but at the end of the day, they don't have the same skin color you do. They don't deal with the same shit you do on a daily because of how you visually look. I lived where I lived since I was 4. Around the time I got to high school, a little bit more white people started moving in there, you know, even more when I was away at college. When I moved back home from Buffalo, people was crossing the street when they see me walking on my block. They live on the same block as me. It's a bunch of college students, white kids. They live 2 doors down from me in the dead end. Go to NYU, Brooklyn College, shit like that. I've lived here longer than you have. How you move in and afraid of me? I should cross the street when I see you.
Nah, shit, I got lost in the story. But I don't know. I definitely agree with you though, Leon. You know, cause like even me personally, I've never been with someone outside of my race, so I can't really fight for that side. You know, as you can see.
Aww.
I like that.
But yeah, you know, it's definitely you are right though about the fact that they don't see that same fight every day, and that's just on a physical level. You know, they'll never have to feel that feeling of like, you know, someone clutching onto their person in the elevator or being stopped by the cops. You don't know if you're gonna be the next hashtag. Like you don't really know. But yeah.
Alright, so like, would y'all consider Michael B. Jordan pro-black?
I mean, he was in Black Panther.
Don't.
No, I'm fucking with y'all. But the clip we was just watching before she just
Say,
rolled.
you know where I'm going, because remember, he's never really been seen with like any darker tone.
Nah, I remember.
Racially ambiguous white women. Like,
I don't know how long ago this was. It might have been like last year he had this shit. He was on a yacht with like a bunch of racially ambiguous, light-skinned, like white women. And then, I don't really know. I don't remember too clearly. And then even before we started filming, a clip just popped up on Twitter randomly. Him like on the beach singing to a white woman. I don't know who put this man. I don't know who signed him, who put him in the studio, whatever. He's like doing push-ups over a white woman singing to her. Do you think, bro? But like, it was cringe. It was cringe. You could also stay out of the booth. If you seeing this, you was probably wrong. Know your lane.
If you ever so happen to come across this episode, just know.
And I asked that because remember, people were trying to cancel him for that. So, do you think that's necessarily like? First of all, let's talk about the cancel culture.
I'm gonna say this: cancel culture is weird. Like you have people that talk about canceling, for example, R. Kelly. For now,
Hold on. We gotta get canceled though, bro.
But no. I'm not saying. But I'm just saying, like you have people that talk about canceling R. Kelly now, but will continue to listen to his music from back then at the pinnacle of him doing this stuff.
Because
what sense does that make?
If we gon' bring up the facts, right? Hold on, because remember I googled this. No, I googled it on YouTube. So, right? And then, listen, I don't know. I'm not agreeing to anything he did, right? So, in 1994, I got the notes. So, in 1994, he married Aaliyah.
He did? I thought Aaliyah was with Dame Dash.
Okay, hold on. Okay. December 2000.
He was.
December 2000. He was alleged for sexual misconduct with a 15-year-old when he was 24. That's 2000.
Yes,
That's 20 years ago.
yeah.
Then you got the month before the World Trade Center happened, so the Twin Towers are still standing. There was another accusation that came out against him. 2002 child pornography indictment. So we waited 20 years to cancel this man. That's why I said the cancel culture is more so like it's more so now a social media thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like people see shit and they just like, okay, we're gonna cancel him. But it's like, we was just bumping this motherfucker like 4 years ago in college. Remember when Bump and Grind came on at parties? If you dance with a shorty, you probably gonna go home with her. Right or wrong. So, listen.
Now, I just want to piggyback what you said. It's crazy because I was having a conversation with my cousins about that. Literally, like, after her relationship with R. Kelly, and she had an interview about it, she did not want to talk about that relationship at all. Like, she did not. You could look it up. Y'all could look it up. If I'm wrong, just tag me and let me know. But literally, like, she didn't want to speak about her involvement with R. Kelly after they split.
Bro, he was been alleged and like all that shit for so long. I'm like, so we waited this long to cancel him. But you know what? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I was in elementary school, and I knew this nigga was a sicko.
Bro,
Like, I knew
the
what
older
the fuck he was
generation
doing.
knew it too. Older
That's what I'm
generation knew
saying, though.
shit.
Like, anybody
I was
that's
born in
like
94.
actively jumping on this shit now, trying to like make posts and like cancel him now after documentaries and shit came out, you're full of bullshit. Cause I was in elementary school with like, and I knew this nigga was a sicko. Niggas knew what he was doing. Dave Chappelle made whole segments about him peeing on shorties.
Your body is a portal potty, and my pee got kicked. Like a nose karate. I wanna pee on you. Drip, drip, drip.
Like, come on, we knew what the fuck was going on. Don't act like it's a big, like, don't act like you give a fuck now, because it's cool to.
Now, also too, do you believe you can separate the artist from the art?
No. And simply because, you know, after you figure out certain shit about people, you kind of gonna listen to what they're saying with undertones, you know what I mean? So I had a friend back in the day, I think he used to listen to Frank Ocean, shit like that. Frank Ocean, a great artist. He Jamaican. Do with that what you will. Once he found out Frank Ocean was part of that community, LGBTQIA, I don't know the alphabet shit, but part of it. He was like, nah. So this song, he wasn't talking about a woman, he was talking about a man. I'm like, I don't know. I wasn't with him when he was writing the shit. So then from then, you never listen to Frank Ocean again. So,
Because y'all know how I feel about that Michael Jackson shit. But, you know.
alleged.
I feel like at the time of like cancel culture. One, let me answer your initial question. Cancel culture is full of shit. And the only reason why I say it is because people are definitely biased. Like, people themselves are biased and opinionated to the point where like they'll be able to find that silver lining with maybe that one artist. If that's the case, I'm gonna tell you, like I told my other homegirls who listen to Chris Brown, Seal, any man who's ever sexually assaulted or harassed a woman, like there has to be. If that's the case, cancel all of them. But when Chris Brown did what he did to Rihanna, he was still hot. He had a month of like being cold. Y'all gave him love. He got hot. He started doing pop music. Went to Europe, did that, came back. Y'all was happy with him. Y'all still happy with him. So if that's the case, everybody who says blah blah about R. Kelly, y'all need to have that same energy for every single man.
Now hold on, I just want to. None of us bump R. Kelly, okay? So we just want to put
Yeah, facts.
nah. We just saying y'all full of shit, but like y'all canceling.
I will say it was hard to get rid of Honey Love and delete that shit off my phone.
Half on the baby.
Ignition,
Half on the
Bump
baby.
and Grind, stepping
Half
name on
on
the
the
baby.
baby.
Bro, I'm saying
Half on the baby. I made love to that song.
all right.
This nigga
Every episode, he always got it. And he just sitting there looking at the camera, low every episode with this dude.
I'm just saying, bro. Come on, half of the baby was tight.
Don't put me next to him next time.
Wow.
Don't do that.
So that's what we doing?
Every time we
You know
do
what?
this shit.
Cool. Every time we did it one time.
Last week it was I can have sex with anybody.
Oh yeah, okay.
This one.
I'm just saying that we all admit to the fact there was some tunes with R. Kelly we really loved. We did bump, and we all admitted to that. That's all I'm saying. You said multiple attractions. Not saying that there's anything to your character at all. I'm just saying.
I ain't talking about
You know what I mean? But overall, cancel culture's trash. And the next question you ask, like literally.
Nah, okay, so.
Tory Lanez got canceled though, because he shot making that shit.
A while back, niggas trying to cancel J. Cole.
Hey, why?
Because of the no name
shit.
Yes.
I ain't not gonna lie.
Yes, bro.
I was not gonna cancel him over that shit. That's my favorite artist.
Wait, what happened?
So,
but also too, right? And this is the thing, like even going into the Tory Lanez, but the J. Cole one, I was just playing around with you. We used to get it. I was just doing fuck with you, because that should be right. But right, with the no name shit, they was he was trying to tell her like basically like be quiet and all that stuff, because he was trying to tone down. Tone it down.
And
like,
Twitter went crazy. Don't try to tell black women how to voice their opinions. I'm like, I feel you.
Right, and like for me, cause personally I deleted all Tory shit off my phone because of like, it's just like that's no for me. But I found it weird that like it was some people that wasn't necessarily saying Meg was wrong or like she's lying, but it was people that saying that like people was mad. Okay, so if somebody said to you, right, this is a question going on. If a person says, I need more proof or evidence before I just cancel somebody, does that make them wrong? Because
that's just how they feel. They need more substantial evidence.
Yeah, but people were saying like people were mad at other people for basically saying that though. Like a lot of people were saying like I can't cancel Tory because I don't know the whole facts of the situation. It's just allegations. She said it, he said shit. So
if I end up saying that to you and you as a person don't rock with me after me saying that, cool. That's your stance, is my stance. I won't be mad at you for that. Don't be mad at me for not fucking with you, for not respecting my stance. I'm not saying that that's how I feel about the situation. Just saying.
Because you could argue like a lot of shit is heightened this shit because of the type of year we have. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So everything is heightened.
Yeah. Especially like a lot of stuff been going on with like women this year. You know what I mean? A lot of shit is heightened. So like I know it was due, but you have people that's also trying to pander to women too. Like I know niggas that at one point they saying cancel Tory, believe black women, but there's also times when niggas is also like the women that told them
the receipts
such and such happened and they was like she probably lying. So it's like it's weird. Yeah.
Don't cater to the woke black men.
What do you want of the woke black men?
The definition of character on set is crazy right now. That's wild to me. That is wild.
But 22 years.
We're not.
22 years though? Yeah, so we gonna get it. 22 years.
No,
I don't really know because I'm not super well versed on like charges and stuff like that. But there's the endangerment. There's also him having an unregistered firearm. Whether they prove and whether he shot her or not, that's I don't really know how that's gonna go. But he definitely gonna get something.
What do you think about the whole thing?
Like nigga said, it's bullshit, bro. Like it's ridiculous because they pick and choose depending on the person, and it's like I feel like a lot of people they go so hard for certain artists as if they're their own blood, and it gets crazy because it's like, bro, you don't know this person from a whole, like, you know what I'm saying, like you don't know who they are under the surface, like they're on a platform, you know, and I feel like sometimes it's just sometimes it's bullshit though, you know, because shit, I had a point.
I don't know what you talking about. J. Cole, my cousin.
I ain't gonna lie, that's how I am Kendrick though. You can't tell me nothing wrong about it.
But that's the thing though, you really don't know what someone believes in though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we believe we know a person through their art.
Yeah.
Because
you develop a connection with
a lot of people, like that's the most intimate you can get with them, through their art. And they try to share that with you. So you think, I know this person stands on this, that, and the third, you know what I mean?
So basically, I kind of feel like a lot of people don't actually know what an artist believes in. No matter what they say in their music, you really do not know because you can't separate the person from their art. As much as you want to sit there and like believe it, you don't know what someone believes in.
I got a question for you then.
Especially people at the top that's sitting here putting out these songs from record labels. They're not even written by them. You don't know.
I have a question for you then, because then that dawns the top of the question of, should you believe artists at that top level or at like, you know, the bottom level, are they portraying their true selves through their art?
Some of them don't know. Niggas be rapping about killing people and they don't do none of that.
Yeah, exactly. You even have Future. He said he don't take drugs no more, but still raps about them. You know what I'm saying? Like you have people that just put out whatever it is. You know, you got girls shaking ass. It's just to do it. they don't even really care about it. They just putting out.
Exactly. Said he never took acid. Got a whole shit called acid rap.
That got me tight.
I sang that ass, bro.
Why would you do that?
That's what's up, bro.
Went to Christian mingle music.
Alright, so another topic.
I ain't mad at Come.
I hated coming.
Really?
So how?
I grew up in the church, so
I had a couple
anytime
songs.
you put the choir on some shit, I'd be like, I'm here for it.
I hate
What?
Coloring book. Chance the Rapper's last live.
Same.
Yo, you like?
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't
Alright, so
really hot shower.
Push it to the side.
Got a question. Got like one more.
You said a shower.
How important is sex for y'all relationship?
Huh?
Oh, you hung, nigga. You hung.
I ain't hear you.
Wait,
Nah, I was
that's
listening
the last
to you.
episode.
What you say?
I want to hear your insight.
Why y'all gonna keep coming to me, bro? Like, why y'all gonna keep coming to me,
in a
bro?
relationship?
Huh?
You can hung. You can.
I didn't hear you.
How important is sex in a relationship?
This is what I said. Fuck.
This is a chance for you to clarify and speak more on what you said last episode. So,
Word. Like sex, I don't care. Like I'll have sex whatever. Like it don't matter. But like intimacy for me.
the floor is yours.
Why is this such an important point? You know what? Okay.
I'm just saying,
fine.
you're not allowed to hit us
The
about
people want to. Okay, fuck it. I'll tell y'all why is sex so important to me. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. I will share with you. I've really been told by multiple like different partners like even the ones with like psychology majors because like you didn't get enough love as a child. I'm like I don't really believe that. I feel like I got a decent amount of love, at least from my mom. I definitely got a lot of love from my mother. You know what I mean? So more than likely, I just feel like I probably translate affection just in that manner. You know, I know affection through hugs, through kisses, XYZ. Why is sex so important to me? Honestly, everybody's different.
On a scale of like
There you go.
1 to 10, how important is it?
It's like a 9/10, to be honest with you. And honestly, it's only because of the fact that like
It'll make or break your relationship.
If the sex is bad,
it can possibly
we
make.
stop fucking with
No.
I
If the
know it,
sex
bro.
is bad, I'm gonna address it. I'm not gonna just dip and out. If the sex is bad, and I know I said that before y'all be like, I got the receipts. I know I said, yo, I usually be ready to quit. But at the end of the day, it's like I'm not that ready to quit. You know, I'm gonna try. Cause in the end of the day, we started this for a reason. So if we're having like sex, I feel like isn't on par, I'm gonna speak about it and be like, yo, babe, like, be honest with you. I'm not gonna be like, step your coochie game up. But I'm gonna be like, yo, listen, like, lately I haven't been feeling fulfilled in like the sexual aspect of our relationship. You know what I mean? And then depending on how that goes after that conversation, there's no reason to have a second conversation because then that just means it's not gonna change. You know what I mean? And that's not a problem because that just means that's who you are, and I'm not here to change who you are. But definitely at the same time, that means I can't necessarily stay.
I don't wanna leave, ooh girl, but I gotta go right now.
Cause I know myself. Like I'll be honest with you, I know myself. And at this point, like if we having bad sex or sex that just don't fulfill me, I can't. I'm not gonna cheat on you. I've done that a lot. So get off that.
So hold on, I got a
Hold
question.
on, you black?
Huh?
He be cheating.
Bro, what? What are you talking about?
Black men don't cheat though.
Shit, this nigga done broke
You ever
that.
revoke your car or something? I don't know.
I'm not gonna go to death, but at the same time, like I know I did some wrongs,
Yeah, we all have.
and that we all have. You know what I'm saying? I'm just more able to talk about it because I'm at peace with those situations. You know what I mean? That's it. Will I do it
We was
again?
through it together.
Will I do?
We went through that together, nigga. I was dead for that.
Will I do it again? I definitely tell you I will not because at the same time I know what it's done to my partner, and I made them question their own values as well as what it's done to me because of the fact of like how then we on a whole different trajectory. Right?
I ain't gonna be like, I'll put in sex for you, bro, cause oof. I'll never
Pass it on to my brother to the right.
To be honest, it's not super important to me. Not to be honest, like in a relationship, it's really not because
I didn't expect that. I ain't gonna count.
That's why I coughed.
yeah, I feel you because y'all talk to me on a regular, but to be honest, it's really not because I know my relationship with sex as far as, you know, I could go months without it, but there might be like a week where every day type shit.
The levels go off the chart.
I can't control my horny level. You say during the conversation you just masturbated twice and it hasn't helped.
Essentially.
Can we switch seats? Can we switch seats? I can't sit next to him.
This nigga. But yeah, it's not super important because I feel like there's other shit like.
Definitely true.
Niggas been having sex, honestly. Niggas been having sex for a minute. So it's like.
The way you say it, my fault.
Nah, but like, niggas been having sex for a minute, so.
He said, this regular.
This shit. There's a lot of shit to be desired, you know. Can you sit in a room with a person in complete silence and not feel uncomfortable? Not feel like something has to be said?
That comfortability level, right?
Yeah, like, can you go to a person at the end of your day and really vent? Like, really feel comfortable with venting, so like, you don't think like, nah, I can't tell her this because she gonna think less of me.
So what is important for you now?
Yo, you just hit me in my heart.
Sorry.
So what is important for you now?
I'm
in a
okay.
relationship? Like, sideways, what is important for you in a relationship?
I've never been 100% comfortable with any woman I've ever been with.
Oh, wow.
I've never been 100% comfortable. I've been close to it, but
And what happened when you was close?
I fucked up. Yeah. 'Cause we had this conversation. We've had this conversation multiple times. Like, a lot of times, niggas, we thrive in dysfunction. Could you
expand on that?
Yes. A lot of times, whether it comes from your upbringing or being around your parents or just like even your friends, situations you've been in, your community, you thrive in dysfunction. So if you see a nigga walk around with a gun, like
wait a minute, wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
Like, if you live in the hood, and depending on who you've been around,
This episode
you
took
can
a way
tell.
turn.
I'm saying you can tell if a nigga got it on sometimes. You may see a little. No, I'm saying because some niggas will hide this shit out. You might be walking around, you see the bulge right here, whatever. And even around people you know, like I'm pretty sure somebody got a friend with a gun. Not to incriminate anybody, but whatever. I know niggas with heat. But like the fact that I'm comfortable around a person like that, like that's not normal. I've never been to war, you know what I mean? For me to know what a gun, not for real, for me to know what a gun looks like, for me to like understand like the weight, like that's not normal. That's me thriving in dysfunction. Like that's me. I've seen somebody get shot before. I've been around like crime scenes and shit like that. That's thriving in dysfunction. Like you are able to comfortably live and move forward and ignore and do whatever you got to do to get through your day in a situation that's completely fucked up. And that's on like the violence tip. Now on the relationship tip, you might not have. I don't really have the greatest relationship with my mom, despite how like people on the outside looking in might see. I don't have the greatest relationship with my mom. Damn sure I got a good relationship with my father. Got a good relationship with my stepfather. So it's like how I relate to women has always been based on my female friends. So how I see them treated, how they come back to me and vent to me, you know what I mean? That's how I try to gear how I relate to women I'm in relationships with. So it's kind of the fact that I've never been 100% comfortable with women because of what I've heard back from my female friends initially. So it's like, I know I can't do this, I shouldn't do that in order to make somebody feel comfortable or valued or whatever. And a lot of the time, I'm not really 100% myself in order to make someone else feel comfortable or valued or, how do I put it, like, appreciated.
So would you say you, in essence, like right now, you're not ready to be in a relationship in that sense?
Oh, I know that for a fact. I could be in a relationship right now if I wanted to be, but I know I'm not ready. I know I'm not really ready because I know at the age I'm at now, I'm not really just dating people to have fun or to fuck or anything like that. Like I really feel like the next person I'm with, I want them to be my wife.
She wife. She marriage. That's what's up though.
Hey, but
Man, fuck that. Is it important for me in a relationship? I would say yes.
Don't lie.
Cause she here. Yeah, how important in relationship is sex for you?
I would say it's very important, especially I feel like when I first when I was younger, I definitely felt like it was important. Now that I've grown and matured, I kind of feel like, you know, I wouldn't mind, like, if she was,
I'm mature.
Extremely mature.
Okay.
But how young though? Like when you said when you was younger.
I was gonna say.
I would say a
that
few years
sounded
back.
like 12 years old, you was horny.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying, how old are you?
Well, I'm about to turn 23.
Yeah.
But, let me see.
How long you
I
been
want to
fucking?
say.
Niggas getting personal.
Wait, yeah, it was him the one who was like, niggas been having sex. Like, what the?
Yo, nah, I don't know. So hold up. Everybody gave me slack, but he was no. Before it was alright, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna penalize me, but the tall nigga get a pass.
Because my shit sounded more.
How did it
mature.
sound? It did?
The way I worded the shit sounded more mature. It kind
You
of came from the
literally
heart.
said niggas been fucking.
But what's surrounded it? Emotional shit.
You know what?
This shit
I
was
want
like,
y'all to
I
go
can
right
fuck
here
anybody.
and all through your cameras. Y'all can pinpoint it on me. These niggas be penalizing me. I just want to
You
say
said
that
the dumbest shit or the shit.
gotta
Like you
present
said the
yourself.
more,
You gotta
you
present
said the more
yourself.
clip worthy shit on here, bro.
Yeah, word.
Fact,
Yeah, put
most
that.
of the clips.
I ain't gonna lie to you, you gotta hire a PR person.
Him and his eyes. His eyes though, like when he do the little googly shit, bro. But anyway,
So do I gotta get shades?
sidetrack.
I brought the shades.
Yo, bro, get the shades, bro.
Yo, Stevie wanna do the rest of this shit. Stop playing
Get
with
the
me.
shades, bro. Get the shades.
Listen.
Get the shades, bro.
Yeah, what's up, bro?
Wardrobe.
She said, excuse me. Said, don't you ever.
Yo, can we get Boobie to answer the question? She was 11 years old, fucking. Go ahead. With the bullshit, man. Come on.
So you was fucking at 11 years old?
No, I did not say that. They know I ain't say that. I'm chilling. Anyway,
You said you used to look on the Stars shit.
Oh my god.
Remember Stars, Showtime? What's all those shits on?
Stars, Showtime,
I don't
HBO.
prove it.
You said it.
Nah, it wasn't on camera. We was on
Exactly,
camera.
exactly.
Nah, I was recording on my phone. I got it.
Oh.
Go ahead, man.
Alright, so basically, alright, so as I've grown, I'm 23, I'm about to be 23 now. As I've grown, when I started, I was. I'm making some love. Y'all blowing.
Go ahead. Yo, nigga, shut up, bro. Grow up.
I can see it now. They're gonna be a YouTube clipping through the whole shit, right? When
It's
you
like,
gonna stop?
alright, get to the point. No. So, like when I was 17, 18, I kind of felt like sex was definitely an important thing. You know, you had people around you, especially like in college, you know, oh, you fucking, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, I got this shorty. Well, you know, it was an important thing. But as I've grown, I've kind of felt like it's not as important unless you want to make it important.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, like if my girlfriend was to say that she wouldn't want to have sex until marriage, whatever it is, I would be fine with that. Like literally, would be
But
fine.
he done had a whole rapport for years, so.
Yeah.
That's it.
But still, like even if it's not like very important. Like we gotta have sex. It's not like that. But yeah.
For me, I've been.
Don't lie. Don't be nice out here. So like I said,
I've,
don't put your
I've
platform
had a
on.
lot of sex. Like that's like people know that. So I have.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow.
At this point now,
You can tell that shit from your head.
we said unfiltered. So
You can tell that shit from your head.
he said what?
You can tell that shit from your head. Like, what?
What? Hey, man. But like, so for me now, it don't even like, it don't move me as much as it used to. Like when I was in like sophomore year and freshman year and all that shit, it was like important. But yeah, fuck, I'm not gonna lie. Like I was trying to hump everything, but
Hey, fuck it.
I'm just being honest. But now as I've gotten older, it's not really about. I realized. Well, I would say I realized. I always knew, but I just didn't care. It was like, okay, I'm trying to fuck.
It's
Like,
the focus.
yeah, it's like, okay, all that's cool. You wanna have a conversation about? No, I don't care. I'm trying to fuck. Like, what you trying to do? Like that's how it was for me at first. But as
We
I
can
got,
talk afterwards.
I'm saying though, but then as I got older and I realized, well, one, people that's close to me, like the women close, start sitting me down, like, it's more to it than that. Like when I told them how much people I did, they was like, hold on, excuse me? Like, that's a lie. So then I started looking at it from, the other side. One, I didn't grow up like that. I gotta have more respect. I'm looking at women as just one thing, but they're way more than that. So that kind of changed my whole perspective, and then I started realizing it's more to it because I started realizing, okay, it's easy to just fuck anybody. Like sex is just, you can have sex with anybody, but it's who you gonna have a connection with. So,
True that.
listen,
It's the phrasing.
No, bro.
But like,
I'm let it go.
It's easy to just have sex with anybody, but it's like, now that we got that out the way, like it's stuff that's more important, like connection. Can you talk? Like who are you as a person? Like all that. That's important. So it's not that important to me no more. So that shit don't move me.
Word. So you get bad sex.
Oh no, that's important. But I'm saying though, like you're not gonna be in a relationship with anybody who, if you're sexually not
compatible. Yeah, of course.
Right. But, so once we get that out the way, then
so in the sense of I'm
only gonna date somebody that's sexually compatible.
Okay, so that then
because before, so you're not gonna wait till a relationship to have sex. If you do, you just weird. Sorry.
I mean, a lot of people did that back in the day.
That's true.
A lot of people did. Yo, they was like, yo, I'm all about who she is.
How many of our grandparents hate each other and just around just because of the family?
Come on, bro.
And just let it go because that's how it was back then.
Because when you think about it, right? Let's be real. Let's be real, right? Can we be real?
I mean, that's what we here for.
If we wait until we get to it to have sex, this shit is trash. We're just gonna leave. It's a fact. Right?
That might not
Hold
be
on.
immediate.
Would you leave?
I just said it's a fact.
That might not be the immediate shit, but
bro, we're not talking. We're not talking about. I'm just saying, like in the sense, women have a whole. I was talking to my mom the other day, and she was saying women have a whole stronger energy when it comes to that. They will withhold a lot of shit just for the relationship. Women do take a lot of the excess shit that men don't really focus on for the relationship, for the growth. That's what I mean.
I'm not saying I'm not saying we can fuck. Like, so let's say we don't have sex for like a week or 2 weeks, right? It's cool. But when we fuck, gotta be lit. Cause come on now, like let's be real. Yeah. That's what I'm saying though. I'm not saying that the sex is the end all be all. What I'm saying is though, when we do,
so sex not the end all be all. Huh? So sex not the end all be all.
For me, in a relationship.
So you get bad sex.
Not no more. I just answered that. I said if I'm not gonna be with anybody in a relationship that it's bad.
So sex is the end all be all. You're trying to cover up.
Before we get to the relationship, we didn't sort.
Oh, so you already done had sex. So you already.
So we already figured whether that's
okay.
That's what I'm saying.
So in the sense, if you are in a relationship and the sex is bad, what's happening?
She just had a day off.
Okay, and then what about the next day?
Everybody have bad games sometimes, or you might have a bad stretch.
My point, you're not. But I'm saying,
it might be some.
But my bottom line is what Dom's saying. I understand what Dom's saying, but at the end of the day, sex is important. You know, to him, in the word of what he's saying it in a different way.
In a relationship, no, because I'm already gonna sort that out before we get there. Is what I'm saying.
Basically, he already know before.
Okay,
but that's what
I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. In essence,
I feel like anybody should do that.
To get to the relationship is important. So once you're already in a
relationship, so going off tangent. So what we're saying is we having sex before the relationship, so we know what's going on. Everybody.
It's a prerequisite. That's basically what he's saying.
Come on.
That's basically what he's saying.
Come on. So you don't just jump into certain classes in college. You gotta take a prereq before you get in there. You can't even hit the.
You can't get in the CWP 102 if you ain't past 101.
Like, talk to me, bro.
So I'm gonna simplify what he's saying. All he's saying is if the sex whack, he not with you before or after the relationship. That's it. That's all we can agree on. That's all we can agree on. I'm not trying to penalize you as the evil villain. I'm just saying.
I don't even want to dwell on this no more. I got another question.
I know exactly where he's going.
Being the fact that everybody here, since niggas been having sex since they was 11.
We'll be cleaning right now. Just let them know.
Niggas like sex is whatever. Let's get into OnlyFans, right? So, all y'all cool. What is y'all take on OnlyFans?
It's a way they get money.
Word.
It's a different hustle.
Are y'all cool with y'all shorty on
Being completely
my shorty got it.
Yes.
I ain't gonna hold you. If my shorty got it, then she got it on OnlyFans.
Is it depending on her content or whatever she do you back?
Depending on her content. Because if you just fucking niggas, I can't be with you.
What is she playing with herself?
If she, that's fine.
fuck you need to
Word,
to make
that's
this
fine.
bread. Just know you charging extra for those videos.
Word, I'm gonna make sure, you know what I'm saying?
They not fucking my
she
shorty.
getting this
They
money out.
think they fucking my shorty. I'm fucking.
So in this situation, you a pimp, basically.
No, I'm
No,
not. What?
that's her money.
That's literally what it sounds. That's literally what it sounds.
That's
No,
her bank,
that's
but
her
it's not
money.
my money. It's not my money.
So if your shorty's on OnlyFans playing with her, you cool with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Y'all are strong.
hold on. Let me say it like this. So you're okay with one action, but if she do something else, you will police it in the sense that, nah, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not. Don't do that.
What is something else though?
All right. So you say she cool with her playing with herself.
Playing with herself, dude, all that.
So now, let's say she wants to take it a step further because she been communicating with one of her followers or whatever. He like, I want to see you do this. I'll give you a
They
tip
got
of like
requests.
$200.
What is this?
What? Yeah, exactly.
Nah, whatever the request is.
He want her to
Whatever the request is.
bring a dude in the
Request.
room to watch her masturbate.
Wait, what?
He want a private session.
No. He wants her to bring somebody in the room to watch her do it.
What? Wait.
I'm confused.
To watch her. He not gonna touch her. He not gonna do nothing. He just gonna.
He just wants to be in the same room.
Yeah.
I'm in there too.
Yeah.
So in a sense, that's you policing it and putting guidelines on it, correct?
No,
It's
because
not
I'm pretty
putting
sure.
guidelines.
I'm
That
pretty
is a
sure.
guideline.
It's
I'm
not a
pretty
guideline.
sure if it's
Don't
a
just
You
random
doing
guideline.
something to make you feel comfortable in the situation.
If it's a
Because
random
I'm not
person-
leaving my shorty with a random person.
Exactly.
That's
And I'm pretty
still-
sure she wouldn't even want to be with a random person in the same room, just sitting there watching.
without
There's a
you
reason
in
why
that
they got
sit-
private
Because
chats.
without you being in that room with her, you feel what? Uncomfortable. So you're doing something to make yourself feel comfortable with the situation.
I'm uncomfortable with the situation because it's a stranger, bro. What are you talking about?
I feel you, but at the end of the day, it's still uncomfortable for you, correct? Right or wrong?
Because she's physically in a room with another person she don't know, bro.
Right or wrong? You're
What are you
uncomfortable.
saying?
Right or wrong?
What
You're
are you saying,
uncomfortable.
bro?
So just say it, yes or no.
Say what?
That you're uncomfortable
With what?
with her being in a room with another nigga.
Oh,
What she doing?
what the fuck?
Yes or no?
But
Just
he's
say
not
it.
touching her.
Answer the question.
He's not touching her. He's not touching her. He could
He not
be
touching- he just there
over
watching.
there. She's
The
over
same
there.
way he watching her over there,
Word,
he just
trying-
watching her
trying
in
to
the room.
twist it.
But hold on. So what y'all saying is, so he can't be in person, just watching, even though it's the same shit he doing on the phone. But you cool with her doing it on the phone and him watching.
All right,
Playing with herself.
first off, if my girl was to, first of all, it would be her decision. Would she be okay with that? Let's really sit here and think.
Listen, if
As a-
obviously
She-
she gonna record it.
Listen.
But remember the condition they said was she cool. The way they said it, she cool with it.
She
They
want
said
to
they
do it.
said
She come to
this
you.
shit up.
She
So
come to
it's
you.
set up.
Hold on, Boobie. She come to you and she
She TikTok rap.
and she says, "Yo, look,
Okay.
I wanna do an OnlyFans, like playing with myself, whatever the case may be. Like this what my content gonna be." You like, alright, cool, I'm good.
2-3 months down the line, dude tip her 2 racks, 2-3 racks. Yo,
Like I said,
sent the bread already.
Y'all can kill
Yo,
me. I'm not that.
Let me
strong.
be in the room while you doing it. She's like, I don't feel comfortable with it. She tell you this and third. He sent me 3 racks, 1,500 a piece.
I'm not gonna say no. I'm just gonna.
My thing is like, well, one, if we want to talk specifications, because it seems like this is our question.
Yeah, right.
It's definitely y'all question because y'all agree.
Because
We yo.
me, like, obviously it's gonna be the thing of like vice versa. Like, we're gonna talk about the content you put in, the content you allow. You know what I'm saying? So if random dude hit you up with like I want to be in the same room with you, and we just gonna like masturbate each other, whatever the fuck, right? Okay.
You cool.
I'm not cool, but at the same time, it's like we can't ignore the fact that people are physically attracted to other people, whether you're in a relationship or not. No matter what the fuck you say. You can be mad about it, but at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's gonna be a shorty with a fat ass, you're gonna be a shorty with bigger boobs regardless.
But you're not seeing her play
Regardless.
with
There's gonna be a man with whatever the fuck she wants.
But you're not seeing her play with herself.
On the OnlyFans, yeah.
Yes, you are.
But
Under normal situations,
What is a normal situation at this
This
point?
no, I'm
is
saying before the last like 2-3 years, OnlyFans wasn't a thing. It wasn't a widely accepted thing. So if you see a shorty walking down the street, even if you got a girlfriend, and you see that she got a fat ass, like damn, her shit fat. In your mind, all you have is the quote unquote fantasy, the imagination, whatever. Now with the OnlyFans thing, it might be a shorty that live in your building that you know. Shit. Now she on that shit. Wow. It's different when it's just like you don't. It's different when it's the mystery. You know what I mean?
I would like to flip this question. So basically what y'all saying is y'all not cool. Like y'all is a dub.
The playing with yourself?
I said
just in this. Okay, let's start with three different things. Three different things in general. She has her OnlyFans.
Cool.
What's the content you will not say you allow her to post? That's wrong.
Yeah.
But like in a sense, where is your threshold on the content that she has? What can you handle? What can you can stomach?
If she putting like feet pictures on the
She
shit,
twerking, feet pictures, like all that.
I could do that on regular Google, nigga.
but this nigga still on OnlyFans paying for feet
Once
pictures
you
though.
get to like, cause hold on, now when you like, even if she do like a little
pink slip
pick or whatever, cool. But once we get to playing with you, then as I can't stomach.
It's her body.
Yeah,
so it counts.
I ain't say she
and it's my comfortability. I'm not comfortable with that. Do what you want to do. I won't judge you, but I won't be there in the relationship with you.
You on God.
Simple as that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say now you can't do it. If you do, I'm just like, cool.
If you choose to do that, you know what? I'm not going to judge you
because I'm mentally not
but
able to handle that.
I'm not
maybe
exactly. I'm not okay with that.
Maybe when I'm 25 or something, I could. But for right now, I cannot do that.
I'll not be that mature.
He refused to be that mature. You hear what he
I'm
just
okay
said.
with the fact that I won't be that mature to be in a relationship with somebody that had their pussy on live for $1,000.
Show your pussy lips. Put your pussy lips on live, I'll give you $1,000.
I'm alright with that.
Essentially.
Okay.
Essentially. So like if your shorty just popped up on goddamn little Boosie Live, just don't, you cool.
She's not getting paid, so that's a dub. She's not getting paid.
He sent the money.
If you gonna send the money,
if you send the bread, alright.
That's your P5 right there.
I don't want to P5.
do you?
And then we can't argue the fact is one. At the end of the day, we're talking about the woman, her whole entity. That's her business. That's what she wants to do. So me being me, and like y'all just said, y'all can't stomach the fact that you can see your shorty masturbating with herself, playing with herself for cash, for whoever the fuck gonna buy it. Correct?
No. I can stomach that. I won't be in a relationship with you. If you just like, if it's my homegirl doing that shit, I'm like,
you could stomach it because at the end of the day, if you would still be in a relationship with her. Yes or no? Yes or no?
I would say what you wouldn't say. I'm uncomfortable with that.
Okay. So now let's talk about
that. Might make me less of a man by someone else's standards, but I'm okay
at
with
the end of the day, everybody's standard is different, so it doesn't matter about what you just said. So what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, so now we get to this threshold, right? You and your shorties, you already know she had an OnlyFans, you already discussed it with you, I talked about it, XYZ. One day come up, man's paying 4K, yo, how much she paying to just watch your shorty play with herself, physically. They're in this room. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? She tells you, babe, this guy wants to pay 4K to be in the same room with me. Masturbate. What do you do?
The fact that you telling me means you know I'm not gonna be uncomfortable.
No, because it should be respect. It should be respect. It's the fact that you're communication. That's easy.
That's very key in a relationship.
Okay, all right, my bad. Communication, transfer information. Cool. You're asking me what I'm doing if she comes to me like that.
I'm asking, what is your response to your woman who's communicated with you, babe? Such and such person is offering me $4,000 to be in the same room to physically masturbate for
now, when the
content.
price start going up, I might change my mind.
So what is? I'm gonna get to that.
At the end of the day, I'm not going to tell you what to do or what not to do. I'm going to let you know that A, I'm uncomfortable with that. B, I don't know if I can further this relationship because of that choice. I'm gonna always have love for you. I'm always be your friend. But I can't bring you Thanksgiving knowing that shit's on my head.
Okay.
Alright.
I respect that.
Alright.
Done.
Depending on price, man. Just depending on price.
So you putting a price on your girl's pussy?
You fucking right.
Go ahead.
Like I said, I'm fine with it. However,
y'all listen, I say y'all are strong men, bro.
That's it, bro.
I'm not that strong. I'm not that mature.
That strong.
He said not in that direction.
It's like y'all bench pressing 250. I'm at 200. I'm strong, but I ain't that strong yet, bro.
And I'm
I
okay
need
with
some
that.
more reps. That's all.
I'm comfortable.
Okay. I respect your answers.
Alright.
I respect y'all things.
Yeah. Like I ain't saying y'all bad people. I'm just saying, let's say y'all different.
Black people love saying, "Well, me though."
That's what I'm saying though. Like there's
they churn in that house.
There's a drawback to that kind. Can we talk about that? There's a drawback to when people be like, "Oh, that's no problem," but not me.
Oh, that's literally black people saying like
every time
you pussy.
That's what I'm saying. It's a nice way. That's a nice way. But I'm saying that's a nice way. Come on, son.
Next question, we got to move forward.
You turned up. He's smacking.
We got 15 minutes left.
Word, I'm about to say. First, I want to give a special shout out to Maurice for being on the camera and lights for us, as well as my girlfriend Mia. Next question. Do y'all have any regrets?
Shit.
If so,
we only got 15 minutes though.
Let me make a list.
I can go through the 15.
What would you do differently?
Dude,
shout out to Miranda for that question too.
Where there's a lot of people I wouldn't have had sex with. That's all forever. A lot of people I wouldn't have had sex with.
I'm gonna go with I have.
Don't go first, nigga. Set it off.
There's a lot of shit.
I got a big regret. Set it off. Because you the last lady. Set it off.
I got a big regret, and that's with the person I dated. And that's because of y'all too.
I'm sorry. How many years
I ain't gonna apologize. That's because I don't feel sorry for.
I'm apologize.
I ain't gonna apologize.
However, you're the person you want to stay because you went through that.
But I got less money in my pocket. So listen.
So what?
We all do.
And I wasn't.
We all do.
Except Boobie.
That's it.
I ain't gonna lie. Wait, Boobie, y'all talking about
swipe?
You know what's funny?
What?
I know that, but I'm just saying it's funny because I was in a relationship with her cousin. It's just funny, like
this is new information.
It's
new information for me.
That's a regret though. That's a regret because one, like I said, I didn't even want to be with her in the beginning. That's one. Then y'all talked me into it. I was like, okay, whatever. Right?
I mean, yo, bro, I take full responsibility for that. My bad.
But yeah, I did talk me into it. Did y'all not?
Look, what I just said. I said my bad.
Nah, cause he be over there like I'm saying some bullshit. But
I'm not saying no bullshit.
So
we said we put a gun to your head, but we definitely had a name though.
Listen, we had who gets the decision though?
You right. No,
we Congress, but who he?
Nate.
Would we have stopped eventually? Who knows? The world may never know. Because it happened.
It was a whole summer. It was a whole summer that y'all.
It was a whole summer.
On and off.
Yeah. Y'all call me a right wing soldier nigga.
In the spring.
You know, we got 12 minutes. Keep on.
So we good on time. But anyway, that's a regret though because, like I said, this stuff, it could have been totally prevented. Like totally, I could have just not been with her. Mm-hmm. Could have left at certain points, but I stayed because for what reason I still don't fucking know. And then,
you believe, bro.
And then because obviously always 20/20 hindsight is always like, you know, you could look back on it and be like, okay, it was so many different. I left certain people that was genuine for that. For that to not even be, and then I lost my dog.
Shout out Paulo.
Damn, shout out Paulo, bro.
Certain chain of events was just set off because of that. So that's like, that's my biggest. Besides not transferring from Lockland in high school to Jeff when I could have.
You gonna transfer to Jeff?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I'm gonna see you.
That's probably those two my biggest regrets. That and me and him.
You. Oh. Yeah. Well, if you ain't me, then will we have this right now?
That's fine.
That's crazy. Alright.
Regrets. I would say I have one regret. I mean, I feel like I really don't believe in regrets in total because I kind of feel like they shape to who I am right now. So, but the only one regret I do have is in high school not taking this one program where I could get basically like learn mechanics about cars. It's just like an extra skill I could have.
You could have been so you don't
exactly.
have to.
You know, rather than depending on people. But other than that, I really don't have any regrets.
Where do I start?
Nah, actually I lie. I agree with Boobie. I don't have any regrets because like every single decision I made me the person I am today. So like, I'm personally believe I probably knowing me, I probably wouldn't have been the person I am right now without those fucked up decisions I made. You know what I mean? So
that's another thing too. Like even though I said those, well, I'm saying if I had to pinpoint shit, I would. Those would be two. Now, personally, I don't really.
Oh, like in terms of what I would change?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if it was two things I could point to as a like, damn, okay, I shouldn't have did. Like, the only thing I ever like,
I could do that.
when I think about regrets, those are the only two. So I'd be like, those are the only two things.
If that's the case, part of what Leon said, part of what Dom said, there's two people I would not gotten involved with straight up. Straight up. Straight up. And that's only because what it did, how it affected my relationship with other people around me. And second, one of them was unnecessary. It was just not, it wasn't like needed, you know what I mean? Like I could have just chilled out, been cool, like that. But me, being young, being dumb, I put myself in two situations I really didn't be in. Now definitely I learned a lot from it, but at the same time, it's like you dealing with like the situation, you dealing with a person to be like, yo, I'm real, I'm this, I'm that, and then be doing some real slime and shit at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's like, alright, I've done some slime shit, for real, but it's like I owned up to it. I dealt with a person who did some slime shit, and it was like, like that's not cool, nigga. So, but I would say then I feel like regrets don't need to be regrets because we grow every day through every scenario. But ultimately, like if I personally feel like I could go a life without doing certain shit, those two things. Those definitely.
Like I said prior, there's a lot of people I wouldn't have had sex with, just cause. Yeah, I mean, it was I was going through a lot in 2016. Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
wait, summer was like
shit.
Oh yeah.
Spring, summer.
This is before we got close.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why you don't even know. Like Dom was really here throughout the entire. Nigga was in the trenches.
Yo.
My God.
My son was getting. Anyway,
Nah,
I wish that camera was on.
He beast it. He said shit. You sound like Boobie. I mean, like.
Nah, but in all seriousness, like I made a lot of decisions during that time that I'm not incredibly proud of. Even all right, so specifically, there's one. So I was living off campus. Whatever case may be. My roommate, we was having a conversation on a random day. Like I don't even remember how this shit came up. She asked me about a shorty. And the conversation was just going, and she's like, yeah, but you fucked her or something like that, or like you had sex with her. And I'm just like, whoa, what are you talking about? She's like, yeah, y'all wasn't like a thing, y'all wasn't involved. I'm like, no, never in my life. I've had like 5 conversations with her, maybe, ever. She's like, are you sure? I'm like, I'm positive. Kind of find out, before that conversation, maybe like a year or some months before, I don't really know the time frame of shit. Shorty was like at a game night and somebody asked them if you had sex with Leon, and she was like, oh, been there, done that. Mind you, never had any contact with her on a romantic, sexual level whatsoever.
Oh, you was messy.
I didn't even do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, never been involved with her in at least, maybe had like 5 conversations with her ever. But it's an attractive young lady, she's doing well for herself, whatever. So after that shit, she, I guess, because she was friends with my roommate, she'd be around sometimes, whatever. Shit happened, she'd be around, ended up fucking. And literally the reason for that was because me being in the place I was, saying fuck whatever, doing whatever, I was like, man, people already think I did it anyway, so.
Why not? I feel you.
Mind you, I was totally oblivious to the fact that people thought I fucked up.
My son was king.
But yeah, like, that's just one of a couple. And aside from that, like just choices I made as far as like financially, probably would have changed a lot of shit. Shit.
Definitely financial.
Like I wasted a lot of money in 2016.
I just want to say, like, it's I was telling my man, my uncle told me actually, like, we are at an age where we can make these financial fuck up. So don't feel that bad. You at an age, we're in the age range, like the 20s, strictly, we can make those fuck ups.
But it's hard. Because like you said before, hindsight is 20/20. So it's like you kind of beat yourself up a little bit.
You
Knowing
realize,
like, damn, if I knew what I knew today, like 3 years ago, I'd be somewhere
else.
That's like even when like fucking when you think about like shit like Bitcoin, people was telling me about Bitcoin like 2015 when it shit was like $300. I'm like doing that dumb shit.
Bitcoin.
That shit like 16. I'm like, damn.
I remember Gavin had talked about it, bro. I was like,
Gavin had a couple of stocks in this shit.
Yeah. So it's like if niggas would have just paid it to like, you know what I mean, $300, $600 back then,
Yeah, back then you think like
$32,000 right now.
Yeah, exactly.
In stock. So, all right. So the shit that you have put in the slides,
fears.
Yeah. What was it? It was what?
All right, what are your worst fears now today, and how do they compare to shit that you was afraid of when you was younger?
Can you say that one more time?
What are your worst fears right now, and how does it compare to what you were afraid of when you were younger? Example, you might be afraid of real shit now, whereas when you were younger, you didn't really know what the world looked like, so you was afraid of vampires and shit. Like, you know what I mean?
I was scared of Freddy Krueger like a motherfucker.
Exactly. What are you afraid of today?
If I'm being honest with you, nothing really. I don't really have. I don't really have no fear, bro.
Well, you think you tough?
Like you a scary nigga.
Nah, because like okay,
you won't fear nothing. I'm gonna hold you.
Bro, there's certain things like I don't like. There's certain things I would say I don't want to see happen, but like it's certain, you know, I don't know what I don't know what the next. I don't know what's gonna happen 10 minutes from now type shit. So like, I don't really walk with fears. I just know like I can't. I don't know. Nothing really. I don't find nothing scary.
So you trying to say you're not scared of losing me?
I don't want to lose you.
That's crazy.
No, I don't want to lose you. Like that'll be devastating. But I don't. But I've seen like obviously we've seen in the world and life crazy shit gonna happen. So like I'm just now like okay, I can't pull out. Okay, like people be like their biggest fear is like losing their parents, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I don't. Everybody know me and my mom is like real tight, being real close. So obviously I would never want to lose her. Like that'd be devastating. But I seen in life people lose their mothers in the most craziest ways. So I'm not gonna be the person sitting there questioning God, like, why would you do that? Like I've seen that so many times. I don't have that fear no more. Like it's like now I've become numb to so much shit. Like people be like, oh, you're not scared of like losing your life, bro. People be walking down the street every day, just get shot out of nowhere. They just be going to the store and they get killed type shit. So it's like I know that can happen. So I don't really have a fear. It's kind of like just
robbing and dysfunction.
It's not dysfunctional. It's just real shit. I don't look at that as dysfunctional. I'm just aware of that. Like, it's certain shit I can't be. I'm not in control of everything. Like, if I was in control of it, like, if I was in control of losing you and then you lost, it's like that. Oh, my fear is I can't control this no more if you stay alive no more. But I can't control when he gonna finally take his last breath. I can't control it.
That's true.
So it's like I'ma just value my ear or value whatever it is, and then if some shit that I can't control happened, then it's just like it's gonna be obviously it's gonna be devastating. It's gonna be like fucked up, but I'm not gonna say I was like, oh yeah, I feared this because I didn't know. You don't know when anything is the last of anything, so. But when I was a child, I was scared of Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger and Chuck E. Cheese. I don't know why. I don't like rats. That's why I don't like fucking rats to this day.
But you in New York though.
Facts.
Word.
They here.
But y'all know I hate New York.
They here.
I can't do that. I hate this shit. State, everything. Yup.
Word.
That's tough.
Fuck Reggie, because I know you be watching the States.
God, Jesus. Kawhi. Marlon Leonard.
Y'all serious?
Marlon, yo, just go.
Yo, move. Move, bro. Nah. So,
Jim Jones.
Jim Jones, though.
Oh.
I'm sorry. But in terms of fears as a child, damn, like, I would say I was scared of a lot. You know, like, I would just, like, I kind of feel like I was, like, a very fearful kid. Like, I would just stay to myself. I'd be scared of the most random stuff anyways. But, I mean, like, it hasn't, like, stayed with me. I mean, like, there's the obvious things, you know, like, about, like, with parents or loved ones, family, friends. You know, there's those things. Definitely afraid of that's happened because I just can't process it, at least not at the moment. But, like, I don't feel like I carry any, like, deep fears and I'm scared of this to happen, you know? I don't know. Yeah, at the moment, I can't really think about it.
Sound.
Nate.
Yeah.
As a kid, I could say as a kid, I was really afraid of the dark. Only because I didn't know what was with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know more just like when you've been in my house. Like when we first got home, like I told you, like all the spiritual shit my mom be dealing with. Like, I was like, I don't want to say I'm sensitive to it, but that was like,
Scary.
yeah, that scared me because it's kind of like I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? I've seen like some people put quote unquote, but it's like I've seen like spirits take over. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now I don't want to say I'm scared of anything necessarily. I always say the only thing I'm scared about, and only because like at this point, like anybody in my life at this point should be in my life forever. So for me, like feel like in a sense, this room, like y'all, like the people I view to be here forever. You know what I mean? Until I die. Like one of y'all got talking at my eulogy, like he gone. Talking about all the stupid stuff I did, definitely, but he gone. You know what I mean? So I would say the only thing I'm scared about is not dying per se, but I guess it's weird just knowing if I don't like just knowing the fact like how my loved one's gonna feel after I'm gone. You know, like I'm not saying I impact people to that level, but in the sense of like imagine maybe the podcast continues and I'm just not here. You know what I mean? Just like there's just that one entity you knew you felt was gonna be there. It's not. I don't fear death necessarily, but I just fear the fact of how y'all feel. So that's it.
So it's kind of, for me, it's kind of similar. Growing up, you have that sense of vulnerability. Death's not really a thing you think about, even though you might live in a situation where you see that shit, hear about it. You never think it's going to be immediate. Like it's never going to happen to people immediately around you. You have that sense of like, I'm the main character, kind of. Like, all the shit I see on the news is completely removed from what the fuck's going on in my life. Thing I feared the most when I was a child was getting beat by my moms. That was it. I ain't fear. Ain't no scary movies.
That's the scariest scene ever.
That's what I'm saying. Like, all the Freddy and Jason, all that shit, I ain't really give a fuck about because I knew it was fake. What I feared was my mom coming home and seeing I ain't cleaned the crib, I ain't de-thawed the chicken, like shit like that.
She did so much, I was scared of him. I just knew it was gonna happen.
Nah, nigga, I had an older brother that was 7 years older than me. I seen what shit that he went through. I made sure I didn't do what the fuck he did. I didn't get what the fuck he did. My mom took it easy on me compared to what she did to him, and I'm thankful for God for that. As far as like fears now, I fear losing people that are close to me, but not as much as I did before because like I've come to terms with the fact that like it's gonna happen. Like you said before, like I don't have control over the shit. It's gonna happen. If it does, not to say like I'm detached from it or I'm numb to it, but at some point you gotta deal with it. So you gotta go through the steps. One thing I feared since I was in high school, and I've known this fear, I was in an after-school program, you know, some college-ready shit, and the administrator pulled me to the side. We was having a conversation one time. He was like, "Yo, what do you fear?" I said, "Honestly, I fear leaving Earth and not being remembered for something. As far as like
a legacy.
Yeah, like clearly, you have friends. When you leave, they might have like, oh, this flag that you gave them like 5 years ago, or this keychain. You had the memories, but like leaving something tangible. You know what I mean? Like Martin Luther King passed. As far as like intangibles, everything that he fought for, whatever, but at least he has his name on the street somewhere. You know what I mean? My fear is that leaving and like my name, like something that I contributed to, is no longer here. So you live on in the memory of others, but once they pass, where are you? And it's troubling. I think about it a lot because it's just like, yeah, but it's just like you want proof that you was here. You know what I mean? You want proof that you was here.
Nah,
I mean, you want proof that you were saved, but nothing. I was telling my pop, he was like, nothing's more proof that you were saved than your own kids. And no matter what kind of, he was telling me, he was like, Nate, I know we don't have the best relationship, but like, you were proof that I was saved. I was in love at some aspect, at some point. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, I ain't gonna hold you. I do regret some of the decisions I made with y'all, with my sisters, but like,
who said that? Your pops?
My pops. That was crazy. He ain't so saying like.
No, what? Go ahead.
And like, he was just at the same time, he was like, you can't think. Like for him, it's like at the end of the day, like, he may not have been right, but we made right by him.
Don't cry.
I'm not gonna. Trust me, I'm not. But like, you know what I'm saying? We right by him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even in a sense, like I ain't told you, like the time we went to Buffalo, you called me out like when he dropped all me, you, Alex, like Jacob. All that, like Mike, he was like, yo, like y'all. I never believe. He's like, I ain't told you, I believe you would make the right friends, and me and your friends, I know you're gonna be alright.
Yeah, he was excited as fucking.
He was hyped, son.
Excited like.
And that's what I realized, like, not to go on a tangent, I'm just in the right here, but like, he was like, seeing you well off without me, even though we may not have the best relationship, just seeing you well off with the people you made and people you connected with, that's enough for me. I was like, damn, son, you got mad sad. Like, it's hard to hate you right now.
I'm about to say, like, I ain't gonna hold you, that's dope though. And like, not even, that's dope because that your pop said that shit, because there's people, we don't even get into that. But like, that's just dope though to hear him say that and like him to come to that type of, you know, for it all to come around for him like that. Because I remember he told me I used to have the best relationship. So for him to come back and then him to be able to look at you and like get some type of sense of joy, especially growing up high, that's dope. I ain't gonna lie. Especially from what you told me, and you never told me that until just now. So that's fine. I won't touch my heart.
I will never have a conversation like that with my father.
Bro, that's because you. No, we gonna get into that. We gonna get into that on another episode.
My father is not that kind of man. I will never have that conversation with him.
You know what? Like I said, that's
alright. Who going?
Oh, we good? Alright, listen, you already know what it is. It is Open Exchange. When we talk about the next chain of events, holla at us. My name is Nate.
Boobie. Down.
Leo. And you already know what's going on. Please let us know what kind of
click
questions
the button,
you have.
the subscribe button. It's one
Oh, that's very true.
Whatever.
The bell icon,
it's gonna be right
the
there.
notification.
That's the
The
subscribe
next
button.
video gonna be like right here.
That's the previous video. Previous video gonna be right there.
I don't know what none of this shit's gonna be, but
You already know what's going on. Have a great time.
I met this woman dead cold, middle of winter. Said she was 20-something and steady watching her figure. But I should've figured that she ate the hearts of these niggas whose game she's so familiar. Don gang regalia. She let them wine and dine and let them enjoy their time. Flirting with different niggas, always the same lines.